Hello and welcome to the Superhero Hub. I'm Sam,
Oh, Matt.
and today we're going to be reviewing,
The Walking Dead.
the latest episode of The Walking Dead entitled "The Other Side," a meaningless title. You know what I mean? So basically, we start off in the Hilltop colony. You got the Saviors rocking up. Primarily, they indicate they give off the vibe that they're looking for Daryl, but then like you got Caitlin. No, not Caitlin. That's not her name, is it? Jeez, the girl, whatever her name is, and she's like giving them like vegetables, and then
Oh, yeah, yeah, the girl. That one.
and then they end up like recruiting the doctor. So
Mm.
it's like getting him, who turns out he's the brother of the guy that Negan just threw into the oven.
Convenient.
Yeah, so a bit random. So obviously they go around like picking up doctors and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean it was a bit conflicting because I was like, yo, why you there? You know what I mean? It's like you're giving off the impression you're there for one thing, and then they're like loading up vegetables or veggies. But
Yeah.
obviously you can't say that because people get offended. So you had the really kind of pointless Daryl and Maggie in the cellar, like just standing, like hiding, and there was no threat.
Oh, no, it went absolutely nowhere, did it?
Exactly. I was sitting there like, why are they trying to hype this? Like something's actually going to happen. It's like, I mean, yeah, they're not going to end up stabbing that guy and killing him because then they're going to be like, yo, where's our boy? And then it's going to turn into a massive thing. So I knew that wasn't going to happen. And the guy wasn't even really like close to stumbling upon him. I mean, he walks in there and I swear he's just like, I don't know, messing about with like one box, and then he turns around and leaves, and it's really like the show is trying to tell me like, oh, something's going to pop off. It's like, I don't think it is. You know what I mean? So that was the kind of massive anticlimax. I think they spent a bit too much time there, considering nothing happened. Obviously, you've got they're starting to train the people. They're starting to artisan weapons, as it were.
Yeah, which I need to. Obviously, there's a battle coming. But you're right, the scene came to nothing. I don't think it was even. I wouldn't even call it an anticlimax because that would suggest there was a big build up.
Could you imagine people sitting there like, oh my god, they're going to be found, they're going to be found, it's all going
No.
to kick off? I bet there's got to be about a couple people who actually think that like something was going to happen there. But yeah, obviously nothing. I mean, it was terrible. So you got Sasha and Rosita going down the back passage
Mm-hmm.
to leave
Oh,
town.
oh,
To leave
maybe not.
town, which apparently Sasha just dug on the random. So you know what I mean. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, that's a cool tunnel. Oh yeah, I dug it just in case. It's like, oh, and it just so happens you needed it there. So they've kind of they've gone out to kind of go on what can only be described as a pointless mission, because there's no way they're gonna
Yeah.
go to the foundry or whatever it is, their facility, and like pop Negan in the head and then that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you can't even really. I mean, we'll get to where it ended up later on, but you can't even really call it a suicide mission, which is what I thought it was when they set it up the episode before last. Because you get to a point where Sasha's like, let's just shoot him from the outside, which I think you brought up that week. Why don't I try and do that instead? Like, if that's what you're going to do, it's not even a suicide mission. It's
Exactly.
like, what's the point of that? Why can't, if you're just going to hang out on the outside, right, and try and pop him off, why can't you bring Jesus and the other one that wanted the help? What's the point?
Well, how many people are gonna fire the rifle?
Exactly.
Who,
True, but
one person to put the bullet in, one person to pull the bolt back, the other person to hold it, the other person to look through, and then another person to pull the trigger. You know what I mean? You only really need one people. Why she needed another one, I don't know. But so yeah, I think their thing was a kind of it was a road trip, as it were. You know what I mean? Where they're like getting to know each other, because obviously they were both hyped for Abraham. They were both on his flex, but obviously Rosita kind of got loud off for Sasha. So obviously there's what can only be described as animosity between them. So I think it was a mission to kind of bring them together, even though there was a couple like bitchy moments and stuff like that. But really, I think it was like they're kind of focusing a lot on Rosita, I think, really like kind of subliminally. So in this episode, you kind of had her sitting down and like really kind of talking about her life experiences after the apocalypse and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Going from place to place, learning from people, outgrowing them, then going on to the next person. You know what I mean?
Which you had to have, because you've got to build up some sort of sympathy with her for the audience. Otherwise, because the way she's acting, she's so mardy and so angry all the time. Like, how can you like her? And it's going to get like
because she's attractive.
Yeah, she is, but that only goes so far. You know, it's like not Laurie, even though she was annoying too. But you know, remember the blonde one from
yeah, I think I know what you do. The one whose kid got killed.
No, the one who got killed, but the one who hooked up with the governor. Remember her?
Yeah.
It's like her, right? She was so angry and kept on doing stupid things that eventually people were just happy when she died, even though it was meant to be this heartbreaking thing. You got to have a breakthrough with Rosita, and I guess that's the way they thought they would do it. And will it work? I don't know. I still wouldn't be bothered if she died at this point, but I feel a little bit more sympathy for her, I guess.
Yeah. I'd have an issue if she died, but obviously people who have read the comics know what they know, so I'm not getting into that. My favourite character, Eugene, featured. You know, I've said since day one is the best character in the show. So obviously, like running up to that, you know, while they're travelling through the streets and whatever, and it's like trying to get a car, and then they're like setting the other car on fire and stuff like that as a distraction, even though like 2 seconds later they turn around and start like walking towards them again. You know what I mean? They set the fire in the car's going off, the zombies are walking towards it, then they climb the fence and like the zombies just turn around and see them and go after them and stuff like that. I was like, you know what I mean? Great distraction. That worked for all of 2 seconds. So yeah, I mean, they arrived there pretty quick. Really, I mean, if you go back to the Hilltop, you kind of had a really like pointless kind of you got Jesus going in there, and then the guy like the leader of it just like, oh, you're not my friend, I help my friends and stuff like that. So now he's being sinister, and then Jesus is like, yo, are you threatening me? Someone needs to pop him off. Like the leader of the Hilltop is a bit of a baghead. Yeah, I forget his name. It's a real,
I don't know, Xander Berkeley's the actor, I don't know his character name.
Pointless fact.
He was in 24.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
So yeah, he's a bit of a douchebag. So really nothing was kind of going on there. There was a lot of kind of like lead up to them like leaving, like it was a massive thing. Obviously you had the classical music at the start as a kind of playing in the background and stuff like that, like trying to get you hyped, and then working on the map and stuff like that, like teamwork, all of them working on the map. It's like, I don't care, just go and get it done. So yeah, it's interesting as well that they end up in like pretty much like a factory like just opposite where they're holed up, and it's like, is no one going to secure that? You know what I mean? You would have thought the saviours would have kind of secured every single building around their kind of main facility, but no, apparently it's like empty. You know what I mean? It's like technically anyone with a sniper rifle could just go in there and just start popping people off, you know what I mean? No sweat.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really have an explanation for you. Maybe Negan thinks he's so powerful that no one would dare go there, but you know, in reality, it's just a bit of a lame thing, isn't it?
To be honest, if they did pop him and kill him, really, I think it'd take a while for it. It wouldn't be like, oh my god, like everyone's like falling apart because he's got killed. I think that in the best interest of the saviours, they'd stick together. There'd be a bit of a power struggle, but I think one of the right hand men and stuff like that had just literally assumed the role of Negan. You know what I mean? start killing people, and then just like, right, I'm the new Negan, you know what I mean? I think that's why he kind of has the idealism of like, who are you? And it's like, oh, I'm Negan. So it's like, even if he was to be killed and stuff like that, there'd still be some
What, like it's like Batman?
there'd be some sort of kind of hierarchy or whatever.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know what to tell you. It's very dodgy. So yeah, so there's Rosita tells her sob story. Sasha's like got a rifle out. The people come back from the hilltop. You've got Eugene rolling round the gates, like giving orders and stuff like that, like bossing it with his fresh little coat and outfit, and just like, yo, do this, do that. Chief engineer and stuff like that. His jokes on the radio. I mean, they kind of get a bit of a shot, don't take it, and then they decide, oh no, we're gonna save Eugene. And then Eugene's like, nah, allow it, uncomfortable. I'll be exactly the same as him, you know what I mean? He's like held in high esteem. I'll be like, you wanna know what? Don't bother saving me. Back off, you know what I mean? When obviously that they end up attacking and saving him and stuff like that, then it's just like whatever. But for the moment, it's like, I'm fine. You know what I mean?
yeah. I guess I don't.
You don't rate Eugene?
No, not really. I think it's quite fun. I liked the episode that was about him, but you know what I mean. I don't really get why he's doing what he's doing. I guess he thinks he's safe, but I'd run as far as I could from Negan.
Well, he's a smart guy, so he knows like a good deal when he sees
Yeah,
one.
maybe.
So yeah, even if it does kind of go bad, he'll just end up going back. So I mean, yeah, they decide to assault the fence. They get through, and then Sasha like closes it up, and it's like, yo, I'm gonna do it myself. So she goes into the facility, and then Rosita's just standing there like, what? You know what I mean? It's like, oh, they need you. So it's like, oh, that's why they decided to give us sob story, so they could explain away the fact that only one of them's going in.
Yeah, and you know we didn't see Sasha die, so she isn't dead yet.
Well, she barely walked in there, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Even
which brings the overall point. Which this was an interesting episode, and we should talk about the Daryl and Maggie thing first. They kind of had a
that's
bonding moment, but is Daryl still crying? Yeah, isn't he? Still crying about that thing. Move on, man.
as soon as the kind of episode airs in the UK, like, but if you go on Twitter at about 10:15, I guarantee every single like GIF, comment or whatever is going to be about that. Like there's going to be gifs of Daryl crying. There's going to be like, oh my god, the feelings. Oh my god, Daryl like crying because he thinks he's guilty for Glenn, and then Maggie forgiving him. Blah, it's not your fault. Oh my god, I was in tears. That's all it's going to be on Twitter, and it's like, I don't care.
It's only like 2 minutes in the episode, and like this dude
don't matter.
This dude put his own brother down. What's he? I mean, look, I get feeling guilty about it, but for Christ's sake, go kill some people or something. Like, get it out of your system.
Exactly. I think because obviously there's a feeling, because you could tell he felt that straight after that. If he didn't smack Negan, then Glenn would be alive. But it's like, look, the guy's dead. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. Obviously, people get gassed about Glenn because I mean they got gassed like the other episode when like Rick mentioned he feels guilty about Glenn, that Glenn saved him and he can save Glenn. All that was on social media was like, oh my god, that was like an amazing moment. It's like, I don't care. Glenn's whack. Glenn's dead. Forget about it. They're the same people who were like, oh my god, I'm so surprised Glenn got killed. Pick up the comic, man. Get over it.
It's not. I mean, but you don't have to read the comic. It shows its own thing. But what?
So then you're a poser.
No, I'm not. I don't even like.
No,
the
I'm not
show.
saying you, but I'm saying in general.
No, you're not. It's a different thing. No, it's not. It's not the same thing. You don't have to read the comic to watch the show. That's absolute bullshit. It's elitist crap. Now, as far as the Glenn thing goes, I don't mind them being upset about it, but it's just we have to sit through this entire thing now. I'd rather see them kill some people.
Yeah, I don't think
that way.
I don't think it should be mentioned again, but I think it's
you can't not mention it.
Yeah,
he was on the show for 7 years, and Maga's got his kid apparently, so they're going to mention it. But
yeah, but it's like what from the kind of he died in the first episode, so now it's been like what, about 14 episodes. It's like, forget about it. I
I'm not
forgot
gonna
about
forget
it.
about it.
I forgot about it.
How can you forget about it? They keep mentioning it, like
I
you
don't
said.
even get what the hype about Glenn is anyway. He wasn't
Yeah,
really a
well,
good character. It's
he's
just
been
because
on the show for 7 years.
pe-
That's why.
everyone's been on the show for 7 years, but they
No,
ain't
they
going to
haven't.
keep bringing
No,
it
they
up.
haven't. Rick has. Daryl has. He has. That's it.
But the point is that I forgot the point I was going to make, but it was
No, it's
really
because your
good.
point's
That's
stupid.
annoying.
No, it wasn't good. So, on the Sasha barely getting into the camp thing, that kind of just sums up the entire episode to me, which was, I didn't hate it. I did think there was some good moments in there in terms of plot development, especially with the Rosita and Sasha thing, conversation I needed to have. But, in reality, fuck all happened.
Yeah. So I mean, if we move on to the end of the episode, really, I mean, you had Rosita run away, and then you had like a mysterious figure with a crossbow. Now it's either Daryl. I mean, obviously Daryl mentioned where's Rosita, big thing, and it was still sunlight, so whether he's got there, or it's Dwight. So it's either one of them two. No big mystery. You know, the guy with the burned face who's like the
Oh, yeah.
saviour. So it's either him or it's Daryl, and it's like, if it's Daryl, nothing's gonna happen, and if it's Dwight, probably nothing's going to happen, even though he kind of taunted her a little bit. But whether his kind of outlook's been changed after his wife vanished or whatever.
How many episodes we got left for the season?
I think there's only a couple left.
So then something might happen then. They got to take the fight to them eventually.
Yeah. I mean, really, next episode's probably going to be back to like Rick. So whether they're going to magically find guns and then hand them over to the dum-dums, and then it's like it.
Oh god, yeah, I forgot about that. They're dragging that crap out, aren't they?
Yeah, because I figured, do you think they're going to do another episode where they go out and get guns, or are they just, at the start of the episode, they're just going to turn up with a shed load of guns and be like, oh yeah, we found them, off camera?
Oh, hopefully that.
Yeah.
They got to start a movie. I don't want another episode of that.
Well, they've got to get, I mean, the Kingdom's on board, but really they haven't really prepared, so kind of everyone's training, so really I don't think it'll be like 2 episodes till anything happens. And I swear, for some reason I think there's only like 3 episodes left, but like what, they're gonna drag it out for the whole season, then in the last 3 episodes they're gonna rush everything. I mean, that's baggage way to be, yo. Let's talk numbers. I don't want to speculate too much, but let's talk numbers. 7.
7? I'll go 6.5. I thought,
Damn it.
It wasn't bad. It was interesting. It's just,
If all the filler episodes like that, I wouldn't get my hair up so much, you know what I mean?
Because I liked the episode, and I got to the end, and when I sat back and thought about what happened, I realised nothing.
Exactly, but I mean, it was okay. It wasn't as terrible as it normally is. So yeah. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I'm Sam.
Strong finish on that.
And yeah, I'm over Glenn being killed. This is the Superhero Hub. Never mention it again.